What's happening, everybody? And welcome to episode 38 of the motherfucking Good Kraken podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ernell Pearson, alongside the 5-star man, Devin Stanford.
I saw it, dude.
I saw it, dude. I saw it, dude. And the Crimson Chin, Garrick.
Up, ahoy, ahoy, y'all. I'm
Ahoy,
sleeping
ahoy.
for today. I
Ahoy,
apologize.
Mahoy,
Ahoy, mahoy.
Mahoy, Manoy.
Happy Leaf Erickson Day.
Oh, I miss SpongeBob so much. I miss it so much. Did you guys know that they're still like making seasons of that damn show?
Really?
Yeah, they're coming out with new episodes of that fucking show still.
I think I've seen a couple of them. They've lost their charm.
Yeah, I know. SpongeBob Sponge Baby just isn't the way he used to be. You know what I mean? The way that we needed SpongeBob to be for the rest of our lives. Because now they're making movies, and the movies are infinitely better than the episodes of the show that they're doing now. So, are we just gonna need more movies of SpongeBob? Is that what we're gonna need for the rest of our adult lives?
Dude, the SpongeBob movies are kind of hype. Like, they're always entertaining. They're fun to watch.
Yeah. They have David Hasselhoff, and they use him as a surfboard. It's amazing.
That's your touchstone, huh? That's your touchstone with SpongeBob fucking
Because the first time I saw that shit, I was just like, oh, all right, okay, let's go.
Boys, fast answer from each of you here. What childhood nostalgia like cartoon would you bring back if you could? Like in modern art, modern style and everything. Garrick, go.
Wild Thornberries.
Oh, okay. Devin.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh. Really? You were a Fairly Odd Parents stan. Okay. I guess I'm not really
Danny Phantom.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Dude, think about my humor. Of course I love that shit. Cosmo Wanda, let's go.
Yeah. Mine would be Mummies Alive. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
I vaguely remember it. Vaguely. Was that like the kind of like bluish looking mummies?
They were like green, like greenish blue, but they were essentially Power Rangers, but they were mummies. Like that was the idea. So I'd either
don't
do
get me
that.
started on Power Rangers.
I know, right? I'm saying I would either do Mummies Alive or Street Sharks.
Dude, Street Sharks that's a good one.
Yeah, Did you say? Oh my god. Yeah, Wild Thornberries would be pretty lit.
Yeah, dude, I like.
Is that why you
love that show?
Is that why you're excited for that Nickelodeon game, the fighting game where you can play as Nigel Thornberries?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. Dude, of course.
dude, and the thing is like they could theoretically still get Tim Curry to probably play like an older Nigel.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, theoretically, you're right. They could do that. He has unfortunately been in poor health in later years, but it'd be nice to see him do some work again.
Yeah,
they could probably pull it off.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yo.
Yeah, that'd be lit. I'd like to see Tim Curry play as Courage in a movie. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah. Tim Curry just in a purple dog costume. It'd be like Wilfred, but it's purple and like Tim Curry. Like that's exactly
with Elijah Wood.
yeah, exactly. And just Tim Curry yelling at Elijah Wood really, really drunk. Which is exactly.
Did you guys see that like Courage and Scooby-Doo like collaboration movie they did or are doing?
Please tell me that's
didn't even know that was a thing.
Literally like it's like it's like a cross. Oh, no, for real, it is like Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog. No joke.
I really need that
real thing. There was a trailer.
I really need that to not exist.
Yeah,
I need that to not exist really, really bad.
Yeah, it's kind of rough.
I know. I don't want that to be ruined for me, but we're not going to be ruining anything for anybody else because this is a Good Kraken podcast, and today we're talking about Ernell's, my happiness eternally. Oh, I'm so fucking excited. Assassin's Creed Space Guy, our impressions of the Green Knight, and much, much more, because this is the Good Kraken podcast, a show for nerdy marginalized people giving you the video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 1 p.m. If you're watching live, you can submit questions and topics to tinyurl.com/goodkrakenshow to be a part of the show. Sorry, GK submissions. I'm sorry, I keep messing up that URL. If you're having a good time so far, you can watch us record the show live and ad-free by following and subscribing right here at twitch.tv/goodkrakenshow. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime, and we would love for you to give that to us to help us keep pushing content out for all of you listening or watching at home. If you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, though, that is totally fine. You can catch our episodes on your podcast service of choice at 8 a.m. the next day. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the About section of our Twitch page and clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. Devin! We got a little bit of plan at work. So, not a lot today. First off, we're going to try to stream the Ascent again this Thursday. Going to give it another swing. We're going to see if they fucking patched up some shit. I can only hope. Because if it does not work this Thursday, we have one more week to try before I say fuck it. We're just saying fuck it. We're just going to move on to another goddamn game.
Yeah.
It's great that you're giving them 3 weeks.
Only because every game deserves a fair shake before we decide that it's fucking absurd. Okay, that's what we're gonna get. That's what we're gonna go for. Okay,
I'll be honest, guys. I'll be honest. I'm leaning on the absurd part. So far. It's not
You've only played for 2 hours. All right, we're not there yet.
No.
We're not there yet.
That's why I'm saying 2 hours hasn't hooked me yet.
Yet.
That's why I keep emphasizing yet.
We will see if we end up seeing. Lastly, please go to our podcast, preferably Apple Podcasts if you could, because it's kind of the main one that we have most of our listeners on. And please rate and review us there. The algorithm will push us out to more people that are related to video game and pop media podcast stuff, and it'll get us some more people with our beautiful voices in your ears.
Go tell them how much of a 5-star man Garrick is. All right.
No,
he's a 5-star man.
You're the 5-star man.
You're the 5-star man. Garrick's a 4-star man.
Here's the thing. No. We need the 5-star.
You're a 4-star man. I'm a 3-star man on a good day. Okay, let's be real,
dog. I don't like this.
What's the self-degradation, my guy?
Devin's a better human than both of us combined, Garrick. Let's be real.
That's not true at all.
I am kind of a piece of shit.
Married.
I'm just
Garrick's
saying.
married and bought a house.
Yeah, well, you and
Okay, that doesn't make me a good guy.
Hey, Dexter bought a house eventually, didn't he?
See?
Didn't he? Actually, I don't think he bought a house. I think he killed someone and took their house. But, we don't have to go there. Devin, please lay me down some Nolan. Little DiCaprio. Oh, jeez. Oh, yikes. There we go. Devin, see, that's what happens is you were starting to cut out because you're talking too loud and too close to your fucking microphone. See?
Make some edges.
See
what you've done?
I don't like the sass I'm getting. No, all right, I won't do that anymore. All right.
Okay. You can do it, just don't do it so close. Don't do it so close. You know what I mean?
What if I just talk like this? That's so fine. Close.
That's fine. You can do Nolan
just welcome
a little bit
to
quiet.
NPR, Good Kraken Show, tiny little desk. Welcome
to White Guy Radio.
Well, instead of tiny little desk, we're doing tiny little waves. This is our segment where we talk about some news sections that weren't good enough. Not good enough, but we didn't think that they were going to be a deep enough discussion for us to put into our major news segments here. So first off, we're starting with the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action movie lands an SNL lead writer. Do we need this, boys? Yes or no?
Yes.
I'm gonna say no on this one.
Thanks, Garrick. Thank you, Garrick.
The last two, they weren't like unwatchable, but like I forgot that there was a second one altogether.
Thank you,
That's
Garrick.
why I say they need this. That's why I say they need this, because it needs to be different.
With an SNL writer? An SNL writer.
Yeah, give me some teenage mature humor, dog.
That's what you're saying. Teenage mature Ninja Turtles.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, bunga, dude. You know what I'm saying? Eat that ass.
Oh yikes! Oh yikes! A what if storyline was rejected because it's already half the plot of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So this is interesting, right? The director from What If has actually had a history of pitching ideas when the What If project first got started, and she had pitched like 5-6 different ideas that Marvel had denied her, and she like threw a fit about it, and they were like, no, it's not because we're not doing it, it's because we're doing it at another time. And she was like, oh, okay. And so there's like 6 or 7 times that she had to go back to the drawing boards and like restart again. Devin, you're gonna chime in, go ahead.
Oh, that just means there's probably going to be some cool shit happening out of left field if these are all ideas that she was pitching for What If, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like that means she's a good director for one, because she obviously knows her comic shits. If you think about it.
I know.
If you think about it.
I know.
So that just makes me excited for whatever comes from her. Do you remember the name of the director by chance?
I know it was like...
I do.
I feel like it was like T. Simmons or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head.
With that being the case, I want to pay attention to this and see what they end up doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you'll definitely be able to chime in there as it goes along, because What If is not too far away. Cyberpunk game The Ascent might be blowing up. A multiplayer is currently busted. This is pretty self-explanatory. We struggled with this last Thursday.
It sure is.
Yeah, and we're kind of just giving them an opportunity to kind of fix things as they come along, and if they don't fix things, well, then fuck The Ascent, I guess. Their multiplayer is busted, not just with people that have it on Game Pass or anything like that. Like the multiplayer just across the board is just like kind of picking and choosing like who the game wants to fuck over that day. So
yeah,
we'll see. Unfucking fortunately, fans dismayed. Niantic removed Pokemon Go safety measures despite the Delta variant of COVID-19. This is a hard one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know it's a big boo, but it's a tough one because they might still do it. I know that throughout my day job, I've been talking to a lot of the people that my clientele at work on my work route, and they've all kind of been like simultaneously telling me like we don't know what the fuck is going on, because everyone's kind of just in this weird limbo that we haven't seen since like late February of last year. You know what I mean? Where it was like, things were starting to happen, but we were like, is this actually as bad as it is? And then finally it was like 3 weeks later, but go ahead.
Yeah. So with that being said, I this isn't confirmed. So whoever clips this and tries to make me look bad preemptively, fuck you. But this isn't confirmed.
Start up the screen recording. Over here. We need evidence. Go ahead.
But I know there's talks of us being in a nationwide shutdown again here within the next couple months because of this Delta variant and the way that it's spreading. So with that being said, please go get vaccinated.
I got my appointment this Saturday. Let's go. Appointment is this Saturday. I'm fucking hyped. Yeah. I'm fucking hyped. It's gonna be sick.
It's just do it. I don't understand why you're arguing it. I don't need to know the reasons why you're arguing it. Just, be a good human being and just do it.
Dude, right?
In the words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it.
I'm so excited to just have phone signal everywhere I go. I'm so excited.
Dude, it's great, and you're magnetized. It's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Like, and I'll be Michael Fassbender in a red suit everywhere I go.
That's fine. What I do. I'm just a walking magnet from Fast 9.
Right? Dude, you're just a walking babe magnet. You know what I mean? It's like five-star man.
Oh my God.
More like let me touch your thigh, man. Anyways, our next story here. Activision Blizzard's
Yikes.
Yeah, I know. Activision Blizzard's torture apologist executive is now blocking employees on Twitter. So this is interesting, right? This is about Townsend, the woman that Blizz employees were shitting all over during their open letters, saying that she was being very dismissive and irresponsible with her basically just, you know, acting like everything was, you know, being made as a huge fucking deal because cancel culture and blah, blah, blah. They shat all over in the open letter. Apparently this woman, Townsend, used to work for the Bush administration, and during a time where Bush was talking about using torture tactics in the war in the Middle East, she defended it vehemently. And now apparently she fucking works for Activision. So yeah, this fucking piece of shit is now out here just blocking employees on Twitter. Any employee that has to do with Blizz that is at all complaining about any of the stuff, she's actively blocking them on her Twitter account, which is just lovely. Like, I hope this broad loses her fucking job. Go ahead, Devin.
Speaking of people losing their jobs,
get to it. We will get to it. We will get to it.
Not
breaking news, because we're going to discuss a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to discuss a little bit, okay? All right. Sweet Tooth! Season 2 got announced by Netflix. Devin, give me some fucking love, baby. Let's fucking go. We need more Sweet Tooth.
Wait, here you go. Sweet Tooth. Let's go.
Check it out still. It's still on the list.
I'm just throwing up blood on my
head. What are you doing, dude? I watched it in like a day.
I know.
Oh, dude. Oh my God.
I'm watching other stuff.
Garrick, you need it. You need it in your goddamn life. I'm telling you right now. You need it. If you don't watch
I'm going to finish my current show tonight, so maybe I'll start it next. Maybe I'll push it up the queue.
I'm saying, guys. You know what I mean? You need it, or I will find you. Okay? Like, Crimson Beard, more like, let's get weird. You know what I mean?
That was
Ernell.
a shitty run, and you fucked up my name.
Yeah, Ernell.
What?
Ernell.
What?
Are you okay?
No, I'm so tired, dude. I haven't slept really well the past couple of nights. I'm running on fucking fumes, boy. It's late. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
Five-star man, give me a high five, man.
Bruh, can I say something?
What?
USA. Cheers. Take a drink.
Cheers, babies. I got my Moscow Mule and a Taco Bell cup.
I'll cheers with some water. I'm a peasant.
Mm-hmm.
That's because you have to be hydrated.
Oh man, I'm a mess. Ariana Grande headlines Fortnite Rift Tour to kick off in-game weekend music festival. This is tight. I love when Fortnite does concerts on Fortnite. Like, I don't ever play fucking Fortnite, but it's really dope when they do them, because they always make them like super visually sick looking. Like that Travis Scott one was dope, eternally dope.
I need to check that out because I've never checked out any of those ever.
Oh, that's
they're like I'm not really a battle royale person, but they are very, very cool to tune into. Like, it's just like, it's nice to see music represented like that in like just on a different platform. Like, it's just a virtual concert, like a completely virtual concert.
Yeah,
like,
well, and even just like the artistic,
it's fun.
Yeah, the artistry of all of it is just super dope to me. You know what I mean?
Why can't Slipknot just play in Fortnite? Come on,
dude.
Hey, too fucking soon. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the best thing.
5-star man. More like, why'd you say that, man?
Because I like Slipknot. What's wrong with liking Slipknot, especially now?
Devin, could you hit people at home with our breaking news from this morning?
Breaking news. All right. Anyways, so J. Allen Brack, the president of the company's Blizzard division, has announced his resignation to staff members today, on Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021, and he is leaving, quote unquote, to pursue new opportunities. Apparently,
boys, give it a hand. Let's go. Let's go. We're making steps. We're making
won't
steps.
be missed, man.
Fucking burn, smoke these motherfuckers out. Get them out. Get them out.
The worst thing about this, though, the worst thing about this is he's just resigning. Like, he's not getting reprimanded for any of this shit.
Yeah,
you know
because he probably knows that if he doesn't, he probably knows that if he doesn't, they're going to. Honestly.
Yeah, but like, dude, there should be more shit happen to this motherfucker.
No, he could still be involved in the lawsuit, though, depending on how things get pushed through. There could be legal ramifications. So he's not out of the fucking woods yet.
That's fair.
Yeah, but you know what? At least he's out of there. He also was replaced. Let me look. So they, Mike Yarborough and Jen O'Neill, two of Blizzard's executive vice presidents, have been named co-leaders of Blizzard now.
Yeah, I saw that.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. At least they're people of representation, you know.
Yeah. I know.
Let's just hope it's not a shut me up. I hope that's not what it is.
Exactly. Yeah, me too. I mean, here's one thing. I haven't seen either of those two names come up in any negative context at all throughout this. Sure. So that could be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Unlike a lot of the other people that are still working there that have been mentioned, like the person we just talked about earlier. So anyways, continue.
That's some fucking tea. That is some tea. Now, with some further good news, Amazon's Lord of the Rings series will premiere in 2022. I'm so fucking happy! I'm so fucking happy! This comes from Matt Kim from IGN, and it reads like this. Amazon Studios' ambitious The Lord of the Rings original series will premiere on September 2nd, 2022, exclusively on Amazon Prime. New episodes will premiere every week. In a press release, Amazon has finally announced when folks will return to Middle-earth as the company preps its Lord of the Rings series to premiere in 2022. The series will be available to stream in more than 240 countries and territories worldwide. The company also confirmed that it will take a weekly episodic approach to The Lord of the Rings, although it's not immediately clear how many new episodes will be released each week. Amazon also provided the first official image from the series. A source familiar with the series tells IGN that the shot is from the first episode of the series, but it's unknown who the character is or what the setting is. The series also still doesn't have a name. Here's an updated plot synopsis. Quote, the new epic drama brings to screens for the very first time J.R.R. Tolkien's fabled Second Age of Middle-earth's history. Beginning in a time of relative peace, thousands of years before the events of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings books, the series follows an ensemble cast of characters, both familiar and new, as they confront the long-feared reemergence of evil to Middle-earth. I can't express enough how excited we all are to take our global audience on a new and epic journey through Middle-earth, says Amazon Studios' Jennifer Salk. Showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay added, quote, as Bilbo says, now I think I am quite ready, to go on another journey, end quote. Living and breathing Middle-earth these many months has been the adventure of a lifetime. We cannot wait for fans to have the chance to do so as well, end quote. The Lord of the Rings production has been in New Zealand for months filming the new series. It's taken so long, some of the cast and crew didn't even know when they'd be finished. Boys. Lord of the Rings? More like...
No, just fucking don't.
Yeah. You're done.
Cutting you off, man.
Garrick. I know you're fucking hype about this, too. What is this doing for you?
Oh, dude, I'm already I was floored from the announcement. And as soon as I saw that Amazon was willing to pay $500 million just to get rights to use the estate's material, bro, it's just this is going to be a faithful adaptation of the Second Age. I know a lot of people are pretty skeptical about how this is going to go down, but discounting how The Hobbit went, and even even Peter Jackson has kind of been I wasn't super happy with how those turned out. This is it's a dude. Tolkien fans are going to be eating so well next year, Like, I'm just so happy. I'm already having like theories. Like I've already been having like conversations with friends about like that snapshot's first location and where it is and stuff. We're thinking the Hidden Elf City is probably it. That's our go-to.
Yeah, I think it might be right outside of that area, if not like right outside of the like Lothlorien forest and kind of moving around there and whatnot. Because I mean, like this is, you said the second age earlier, but I'm pretty sure this is actually the third age.
No, it's the second age.
No, it takes place at the beginning of the second age, leading to the third age.
It says it in the article and everything too. Yeah.
Second age. I thought it said after the second age. I guess I wasn't paying attention to what I was reading. So that's gonna be the story about Morgoth.
Yeah, it'll have some Silmarillion content in there, and I do believe, I don't know that it's been confirmed at this point, so don't take my word on this. Like, don't take it as, just take it at face value. I heard Ian McKellen is in the works about possibly returning as Gandalf for this series too, maybe in a smaller capacity, because he was around. Gandalf was around in the second age.
He also didn't look quite as fucking old as he does now.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how they would make it happen. They do have that reverse aging technology, but I think he would be interested in playing the character.
I mean, I would be okay with like a younger casting of a younger Gandalf too. Like if they did it right, you know.
I would be too.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that because it would just make sense. I'm actually did.
Go ahead.
I'm over the moon about this, honestly. I don't know as much Lord of the Rings lore as you guys, but I have always enjoyed the franchise a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'd be the first to mention that. But guys, you realize how much fucking content we're about to have next year? Like, it's going to be insane. We have the Book of Boba Fett. We have Mandalorian Season 3. We have Obi-Wan. We have Ahsoka. We have all the Marvel content next year. And all these beloved would-be Game of the Year games. Next year is going to be insane with all this.
It's going to be dope.
You know,
it's
and you just threw Tolkien on top of it. Like, here's that fucking cherry, you guys. Dude. Enjoy this content Sunday.
Yeah, we're literally getting everything at once. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Marvel. Just give it to me.
Yeah.
I just want it.
Well, you boys know exactly how I fucking feel about this, because as one of the most beloved things in my fucking life, one of the greatest things that have ever happened to me, and I have a child. Okay, I am finally able to come back and be happy once more. And I am so fucking excited for it. Having it be in the second age is mega hype. Because that means we're getting the end of Morgoth, the beginning of Sauron's first comeuppance, and basically sort of a prequel to Shadow of War, the game, which is an interesting part of the story that they want to take this in. Because so this is also going to be loosely about the Númenóreans too, because that's the age like right when they die off, basically, is the end of the second age. And I'm excited to see what that means as far as them talking about Aragorn's parents and where that could line up, because that is the book that Tolkien's grandson had recently gotten produced and released that talks about the werewolves and Aragorn's parents and their history and where Aragorn's dad went and all this other shit that we could fucking get in this goddamn show. And I'm so fucking hyped!
Dude, it's gonna be insane. Dude, think about the Lord of the Rings video games that we could probably end up getting. You know what I'm saying? Because of this,
dude.
Like, this is just gonna put more hype behind it, and Warner Brothers is like, yes, more games, yes.
They're like Crimson Beard, more like, let's get weird.
Well, dude, that's the second time you said that.
I know.
What is wrong?
Fine. Crimson Chin. Let's go in. You know what I mean?
It's a reach, my guy.
Devin, take our second story, please. Jeez.
All right.
Make sure it's the actual second story, but
Yeah.
Because of that, I'm going to the third now.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. So, new 2K game to be revealed this month, and more from Take-Two's earnings report. This come from John Carson over at the OG Game Informer. Take-Two released its Q1 earnings report alongside a conference call today, which revealed there's a new IP coming from the company. Better yet, it's going to be announced later this month. Alongside with this tease, we caught a glimpse of what releases are planned for the remainder of 2022 fiscal year from Take-Two brands and beyond. Under the umbrella of the Take-Two brand, this new franchise will be revealed within a few weeks, according to today's prepared statements from the Take-Two president, Karl Slatoff. After covering previously announced titles like NBA 2K22, WWE 2K22, and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Slatoff talked a little about this new project by saying, quote, "In addition, later this month, 2K will unveil details of another exciting new franchise planned for launch during this fiscal year." End quote. There's been no word from the company regarding which studio is working on this title or what it may be, but we can infer it's aiming to be released by March 31st of next year. Ooh, that's when Horizon Forbidden West is coming out. Also in the presentation was this tidbit about other games coming by the end of fiscal year 2022. Let's just say FI. Let's just, anyways,
sure.
Quote, "As we continue to develop our pipeline, there has been a movement in some of our planned releases, including 2 of our immersive core titles shifting to later in fiscal 2022 than our prior guidance has contemplated." End quote. While these games go unnamed as well, Take-Two's report shows 3 unannounced projects listed as new iterations of existing games, listed alongside the new generation releases of Grand Theft Auto 5, GTA Online, and Kerbal Space Program. I did not know they did Kerbal Space Program.
I don't know why I read that as Kegel Space Program. Continue.
That's okay. I saw Keebler.
I don't know. I mean,
Gerbil Space Program.
Yeah, sure.
I need that game. You know what I mean?
It's probably already a thing. Let's be real. It's probably some indie game that really sounds. Space Gerbil Simulator.
Yeah.
While there's still some knowledge gaps in the coming year of Take-Two releases, there was also a glimpse at the company years as well. From this year through 2024, the company is looking to release 62 games through 2K, private division, and its mobile publishing arm. What's its mobile publishing arm called? Just 2K? To put in perspective, this year's slate of core titles like 2K Sports titles and Wonderlands only account for 4, while Take-Two expects 19 more over the next 2 years. There are big things brewing for Take-Two, and this fiscal year seems to be just the tip of the iceberg. So, what do you guys think it is?
Garrick, I want you to go first. What are you thinking?
I'm kind of interested to see exactly what they're going to do. I've never been big on 2K's sports titles. I understand it's a super, super popular genre, and there's millions of people that do enjoy those games, so I'm sure we're going to get more of those. But 62 games, that's a lot, man.
Yeah.
62 games in 4 years that's a ton of title drops. And I'm assuming we're in that 62 is going to be a mix of both new and pre-existing IPs. The 2K stuff, honestly, I'm always just hopeful for more Borderlands, really. I like the Borderlands universe. I love seeing content in games. Tiny Tina's Wonderland's going to be amazing. So I'm excited to see what 2K's got in store. I'd like to see them, since 2K is for the most part a publisher and not really a development team, I think I'd like to see with 62 titles, I think I'd like to see them take on some indie devs. Because Gearbox has been doing that lately, and I feel like it's been paying out for them.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely agree. I'd say that they talk about a new franchise, which is an interesting purposeful phrase that they use here. It's not that they're coming out with a new just IP. It's not that they're coming out just with a one new game. They're intending that this is supposed to be a franchise. Now, what does that mean? right? So it's like, is this going to just be a brand new game, like a brand new game we've ever heard about? Are they going to continue with a new slate of sports games? Like we could get a, you know, rugby 2K22, who fucking knows? You know, like there's a lot of different directions can go because Take-Two kind of does like so many different kinds of games. It's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that NCAA football is going to be making a comeback as sports games because they just were able to like make it so athletes in college can make money off of it now.
Is that not going to be EA though? I feel like that's going to be.
It could be both. It could be both though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of that though, it's so hard to try and wonder what this company is going to be pushing for new franchises because they literally cover like every part of the spectrum. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They have shooters, they have adventure games, they have RPGs, they have sports games, they have racing games, like literally everything. So it's so hard to predict without anything else besides that. I mean, like just mentioned, we have Grand Theft Auto 5 and Kerbal Space Program. Those things could not be farther apart in the type of games they are, but they still come from that publisher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I'm real excited for Kegel's Space Program too. That's gonna be a sick game. Yeah. It's gonna be a sick game.
I will say this though.
Kegel's Space Program? What?
Kegel's Space Program. I'm really excited for that. It's gonna be great.
I will add this though. Private Division did publish The Outer Worlds, which is a fantastic RPG. And since Microsoft now owns that IP, maybe they're looking for their new like Fallout, Elder Scrolls like RPG experience. You know, that could be a possibility because Private Division did publish that first game. So for me, I would hope to see something like that personally. Or it could just be another fucking live service free multiplayer game, you know, make them bucks on that battle pass shit, which is more likely than not nowadays. You know?
Yeah.
With 62 games, I'm sure we'll get one or two like free to play with Battle Pass titles. It's a trend. Like we're gonna see them. It is what it is. Play it or don't.
I mean, the great thing about those games is 99% of the time they're free, so you can at least just try them if you're into it. I can't remember the name of it, but remember there's like this melee, like Eastern melee combat style battle royale game coming out here soon too. God, what was it? I heard Blessing talking about it on the Kind of Funny cast today.
Oh, something. I know exactly which title.
You know the game I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's like
I'm actually excited for that.
It looks fun. I think it's actually out, or at least there's a beta available. It's something Swords of Legend.
Which game? What? I'm like, you said it, and I lost my train of
I'm
thought.
Googling this.
I'm
Googling this.
What did you describe it as? What did you describe it as?
An Eastern melee battle royale game. So it's a melee combat battle royale in an Eastern setting, like ninjas, samurais, polearm users, like stuff like that. And
is it not the PS4 Game of the Month one? Yeah,
that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Yeah, it's the PS4 Game of the Month this month. I said month. Like
Naraka Blade Point. Naraka Blade Point is what it's called.
Wait, no,
that's the one I'm thinking.
I don't think that's that.
Just Googled it.
I don't think that's the one that Blessing was talking about, though.
No, it was. He mentioned it today. I remember the name as soon as
And there's another very similar title coming out, I believe.
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah,
I only knew about this one.
Very similar. I think I literally just retweeted it the other day. I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah.
Hunter's Arena, I think, is the one that he was talking about today.
I don't know which one that is.
Well, either way, though. Either way, both sound tight. Both sound tight.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. You know, like 5-star man, more like let's go ham.
Yeah, it is. Hunter's Arena is the one that you're right, Ernell. It's Hunter's Arena Legends.
The one I was talking about is Naraka Blade Point. That
I'll check that one out too.
Yeah, I'm watching it through IGN. It's great.
What are you chuckling at, chuckle fuck?
You guys totally just ignored my 5-star man joke.
Oh,
dude, it's because you've already said it. You're repeating the same
I didn't say let's go ham earlier. That was my first one that I.
Yeah. That's the first time I said over here operating on his last two brain cells.
I'm saying, dude. I'm saying, Garrick, can you take
what
our third?
What happened to you after the Green Knight? What happened to you?
Death. Garrick, take our third story for me, please.
Alrighty. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla's game director is going to be leading the Dead Space remake. This is coming from Ryan Gilliam at Polygon. Eric Baptizat, game director of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and many other Ubisoft projects, is currently the game director for EA Motive's recently announced Dead Space remake. Baptizat left Ubisoft after 16 years in 2020 and joined EA to work on an unannounced title. He's since confirmed via his LinkedIn page that he's helming the new Dead Space title, as reported by Video Games Chronicle. While Assassin's Creed Valhalla was Baptiste's first gig as game director, he served as lead game designer on several other games, namely Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Unity, and Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's a sick resume to be bringing anywhere, if you ask me. But the Dead Space remake is both a remaster and a spiritual successor to the original game. The game will take place on the USG Ishimura.
Yep. Ishimura.
Ishimura. The mining starship from the original, but we have an improved story, characters, and gameplay mechanics, and more. The remake was rumored to be in development for months prior to its announcement at EA Play 2021. EA Motive has yet to offer a release window for the Dead Space remake, but said that the game will be eventually coming to PlayStation 5, Windows PC, and the Xbox Series X.
Devin, let's start with you, my guy. What is that doing for you?
I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. I'm hyped. I can't wait for this. I want to play it. I'm hyped. Let's go. Yeah, Dead Space. Where you at? What's up? I'm really stoked. I'm stoked about the improved story part, because in the original first Dead Space, Isaac didn't really have any, he didn't have a voice in the game. You were like a silent protagonist for the most part. And there wasn't a lot of characters in it. It was just, hey, you need to get the fuck off the ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that, especially with Eric Baptizat. I mean, dude, Black Flag, Origins, Valhalla. I never played Unity personally, but all those games are fantastic. You know what I mean? And those are all coveted as some of the best Assassin's Creed games out there. I know Odyssey's got really high praise too. But yeah, I'm stoked. Can't wait to see it. I know they got some of the original developers on the team too, as well. So about half of them actually is what I heard about. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where this goes, man. This could be a really good thing, honestly. I mean, we've seen it with Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 remake was pretty much flawless. So it's getting that same kind of treatment. So I'm pretty excited. So like I said, hype.
Mega hype. Yeah, dude, I'm feeling really good about it. I mean, I don't really have much else to say besides Black Flag's my all-time favorite Assassin's Creed, hence the Black Flag right above me, but can't really see it.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. This is a good director with a good resume, like you mentioned, to be bringing along with him. A lot of really good experience. So we're gonna see some really fucking dope stuff in this. I'm really, really excited that this is kind of the direction that they're wanting to take. For this sort of reimagined, remake, remaster thing that they're trying to do with Dead Space, and it's only going to mean that future Dead Space remakes and remasters and continuations of the series are going to be only even more dope. You know what I mean?
With that being said, Dead Space 2 is my favorite Dead Space. All they have to do really is just use the new assets. They don't have to change that story or improve it at all. It's so good. That game is so good. It's one of my favorite action survival horror games I've ever played.
Garrick, what's this doing for you?
So I'm gonna have to unfortunately be that guy and inform you guys that I have never played Dead Space.
You that's motherfucker! Fine. You motherfucker! That's fine. We're ending stream right now.
With that being said, I do know it exists on Game Pass. It's on my little wish list. I will be getting around to it because I love horror games and just horror survival and horror movies and all that fun crap. Dude, I'm excited for this just initially because Black Flag also happens to be my favorite Assassin's Creed game. Like a motherfucking pirate's life for me, dude. So like I'm all about it. And like cinematically, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is probably the best Assassin's Creed game. Like as it is such a beautiful game, and if like the fact that he helped get that game to its final product, like it's going to be awesome. I just as long as they don't use any sort of combat assets, like, or he doesn't have any combat asset ideas from Valhalla. Valhalla's combat is like one of my least favorites.
Same.
But I'm sure he's a sharp guy. I'm sure him and the devs from the original Dead Space will know how to spice it up and make it just perfect. But I'm excited for it. It'll, especially with that expanded story. Like as a person who's never played Dead Space, getting to like jump into it with like that self-contained but still canonized expanded universe and like that reimagined first title, I think it'll be a really good starting point for like people who like myself who've never played before. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, dude. Hey Garrick, if you were gonna play through these Dead Space games, Dead Space 3 is actually co-op. If you play through the first two, I never beat Dead Space 3, so I would be down to co-op that.
All right, I hear y'all.
Yeah,
okay.
So that would be a fun one.
I cannot believe you never played Dead Space 1. Like Vermilion Beard, we're like, get out of here. You know what I mean?
God damn it, dude. What is this?
You're making me tired, bro.
Oh my god.
I'm fucking killing it tonight.
I can't even put forth the energy to react anymore.
I'm about to grab one of these tomatoes in my fucking fruit basket and throw it at my own computer.
Listen, I'm killing it today. I don't know what you guys are so upset about. You know what I mean?
No, you sound like that guy who thinks he's really funny, who's like, I'm gonna be a comedian.
Yeah, bro, eat a fucking Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry.
Listen, I'm doing a fantastic job tonight. You know what I mean? Like 5-star man. More like, give me a hand. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! No!
We're gonna go into our second segment now.
You are fired.
This is our hands-on segment,
yes, bro.
This is our hands-on segment where we talk about some games.
Don't say hands-on after that comment.
5-star man, we're like, okay, we're not gonna go there. We try to sell you guys at home and each other on some games and movies or shows that we have watched. Garrick, let's start with you, my friend. What games or movie or show did you watch over the weekend?
I didn't watch any games. I played some though. No. So I'm actually watching The Blood of Zeus right now. I'll start with my show for the week. I'm watching Blood of Zeus. It came pretty heavily recommended from my little brother. He was just like, dude, that TV show is goated. You got to check it out. I'm loving it so far. I got 2 episodes left. I will be wrapping it up tonight. It is like the art style, very, very reminiscent of Devin's like cheering over here. He's fucking pumped for me. It's a great show. Like, it really is. The art style is like almost identical to Castlevania with just like a lighter color palette. It's beautiful. It's very well drawn. Now, the only thing I would say some people might take as a negative with this show, it is very classic storytelling. Do not go into this show thinking you're going to get plot twists and shit. It is a follow the yellow brick road kind of format. And as long as you're along for that ride, the story is still very good. Just don't expect it to be something like groundbreakingly innovative. It's very classic. Like, we're going to give you like a Greek parable and then just animate it really tight. Like, here you go. And then they spoon feed you this beautiful, violent TV show. It's a fun watch. Like, it really is. Like, I've enjoyed it from start to finish. I really hope that gets renewed for a second season. And like, I'm super stoked to finish it tonight. The combat scenes are great. The characters are all super awesome. I'm invested. Like, Heron is he's like a great protagonist. I'm very interested in him, and I like the way, like, I really like their interpretation of what the gods look like in that TV show. Like, it's so good. Oh, dude, Zeus and Apollo's designs by far and away my favorite. Apollo looks so good.
Yeah, to add on this, I've been trying to get Ernell to watch this for a while.
I've watched 2 episodes. I watched 2 episodes, and I'm bummed out that it hasn't drawn me in yet. Like, it almost did. Like, there's some parts that I'm definitely interested in, but there's something about it that hasn't hooked me, and I think it's because I watched Castlevania first. Or that I watched it too soon to Castlevania.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably the case because I watched Castlevania first as well. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Garrick did as well. I think you should dive back into it. It's actually phenomenal. It gets really insane. Granted, it does follow that yellow brick road pattern, but it escalates. It escalates.
It definitely is a 0 to 100 kind of show. If you chose to watch that show right after Castlevania's storytelling is a little bit more like, it's just I feel like it just grabs you a little bit more because it's just such a darker, more intimate story with like Alucard's loneliness and like, you know, there's like that, but it still has that father-son dynamic in a way. So if it kind of plays out in some aspects really similar to Castlevania, I would definitely, like, if you watched Castlevania 2 recently, like let it rest. Like, it's okay. Go to another show for like a month, watch that show, get that Castlevania out of your system, and then come back to Blood of Zeus. It is worth your time to watch for sure.
Yeah, because it's funny that you say that because it gave me what I historically call the God of War effect, where basically for the following 6 months after God of War came out and we all beat it, we all played it or whatever, no other game was good enough. So, like, every other game just felt like shit compared to God of War. And so, like, it was sort of the same thing where Castlevania was so top tier of an experience. It was so fucking good. I had so much trouble finding other things to watch that could appease me the same way that Castlevania did. And I think that's kind of what it did. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about like things that I've been watching later, but I have a feeling I'll probably hop back into Blood of Zeus pretty soon. So, what have you been playing, Garrick?
Tribes of Midgard. So this game actually released 1 week ago, like last Tuesday, and I've already sunk at least 20 or more hours into it on Steam. Dude, I don't know what it is about this game. It has so many different mechanics that it almost, like, on paper, it looks like idea vomit. But it works. Like, it's got it's like that top down, like, isometric like ARPG that's kind of got like that Diablo Torchlight, you know, sort of feel.
Right.
It's got roguelike mechanics because if you die, your materials drop, but you can go get them. It's got Souls-like mechanics because you can collect souls to feed your tree, and if you die, those are gone forever. It's got base defense, like a nightly base defense, and there's these big-ass giants that show up every couple of days, and you got to go out into the world and find those giants and, like, beat them down with your group of 10 other individuals. Then you have to, like, explore this procedurally generated map to find, like, this the location for the seasonal boss, which is Fenrir, and then you conquer him, and it's sick because it's all cooperative. It is a 10-player co-op game, and there is absolutely no PvP. There's this big community war chest. It's got like that tower defense feel. Like, you can build structures outside of your little village to help defend your town. Dude, it's just got a lot. There's a lot going on in that game, and it is just very, very, very replayable. It is in the game experience can't be ruined by randoms.
Yeah.
Because if the game is sinking, like, say, like, you're plucking through a game, you're like, all right, we're clearly, like, it's 14, we're not going to make it to the final boss, like, it's just like this run didn't go as well. Oh well, you can just be like, all right, I'm going to take all of the hard work I have put into this session, go over to this Bifrost over here, and just dip out and collect the reward for the time I did put into the game.
Okay.
So, like, you're still rewarded for every run, even if, like, you don't get to that final session boss. And, like, the environmental bosses in the forms of those giants, those Jotuns, is incredibly exciting. The enemy design is super fun. The world's got this bright, cel-shaded aesthetic. I'm really, really loving it. Like, it's just super replayable. Super replayable.
Okay. What do you laughing at?
Oh my god. What is this in chat?
you saw the first of the new emojis or emotes that I made for us?
God.
Here you go. It's the other one. Here's the other one. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's fucking go, boys. I'm making come-ups for us. It's tight. Pretty soon, the next one we gotta do is
negative.
when we open more emote slots. The next one we gotta do is for Garrick. We gotta have Garrick do a
Ooh.
ooh.
Yes. Like
Yeah, right. Vermilion
I'll be
beard.
I'll be the overly excited emote. I'll love it.
Oh, yeah, like vermilion beard, more like ooh.
Shut up. God, I want to punch you.
Oh my God, Devin.
One last thing on Tribes of Midgard. If you're not sold on it.
Okay.
So this was published by Gearbox Publishing, so they're great live service. Like, it was done by an indie developer by the name of Norsefell, and it's only $20. It's a $20 game. It's a very little financial investment for a ton of replayability.
All right,
$20. It's great for a $20 game. 100%.
maybe I'll pick it up soon. I've been thinking about it, honestly. I know I've already told you that, but I've been thinking about it. So
I like it. Devin, what have you been playing or watching?
Well, I didn't really watch a lot, and what I did watch, we're going to be talking about anyways. So I'm going to give you 2 games I've been playing.
Do it.
Because of you, I bought Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hooked on the campaign. I'm playing it on the Xbox Series X. It looks amazing.
Yep.
It's playing great. The story has me pulled in.
Yep.
Especially watching this. I mean, not watching this, but playing this after watching Loki. To me, it just like seems like another like branch of the multiverse. You know what I mean?
Who are you maining?
Well, so far I only have Kamala Khan and Hulk.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
yeah.
So you're very early.
Yeah. I put in about 3 to 4 hours, and you're gonna
love it.
Yeah, I'm getting really excited. It honestly, like, surprisingly, Black Widow was like really fun to play as because of how fluid her combat can get and stuff. And so I had a lot of fun fighting, doing that first encounter against Taskmaster with her, because it's just like learning all the parrying, the dodging, like all that stuff was really good. And Thor is just OP as fuck. Like, let's be real. Yeah. I mean, as he should be, though.
Of course.
Yeah. Still trying to get used to the Iron Man voice they have in the game. It's, I'm too used.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like
Troy Baker.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
And then
they got some good, and Nolan North. Nolan North is Iron Man.
Yeah. Nolan North is Iron Man.
And then Troy Baker is Steve,
he's Cap,
isn't it?
Yeah, and they did a good job. They did do a good job. It's just me trying to separate it from the MCU, which I know that was the biggest issue, because like they made all the costumes and the designs of the characters very similar to the MCU characters, where they could have like taken more of a different like live action comic approach, which probably would have made it a little better. But I know that they're trying to make this relatable for people like us who are fans of the MCU. With that being said, I'm pretty stoked for the Black Panther expansion that's coming out. I'm stoked to dive into Hawkeye and oh my god, help me out. Kate Bishop. Yeah, Kate Bishop. So I'm pumped. I'm really excited to see where the story goes. I see the development that they have of MODOK so far, which is really interesting seeing that, would have been funny though if they used Patton Oswalt, but
facts. Yeah. That's true.
But the reason why I haven't put in as much time as I thought I would on Avengers this weekend, I started playing this game called Splitgate, which is in beta right now. It is a free to play, first person like arena shooter. But if I was to like chalk it up in just like 2 things, it's Halo like 3 gameplay meets Portal. And you literally, like, it's arena mode, it's 4v4. They have a bunch of different game types that are very, very influenced by the Halo franchise. So they have, like, SWAT, and they have, like, Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag. They have, like, their own version of Oddball. They do, like, Fiesta and Gun Game and all that stuff. It's really fun. It's a good time. The only thing that's a negative jumping into this game for the first time is there are so many people trying to play this game right now that and it was originally started as a team of 2 people in college. Their servers are getting overwhelmed, and there is like an hour-long queue time just to get into the game. Like, I've had the game pulled up this whole time while we've been podcasting just to get me into the main menu, so
Sounds tight,
I can play after this.
Like, I'm gonna try to play once we're done here tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I get in by then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, though, there was a private investment firm that just invested into this game, and they just received $10 million. So they're actually hiring up a staff right now.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy
I can't.
Shit!
I think it's undisclosed who the investment firm is right now. But they got $10 million, and so they're building up their servers right now, so that way they can have more concurrent players at a time. Because this was 2 people. I think they have a team of about 30 now, and it's still in beta. But I recommend it. It's if you're a fan of Apex or Valorant or any like hero shooter Halo 3 style gameplay.
Pew, shoot, bang, bang.
Yeah, any pew, 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 pew,
like Brevin the
it's great.
Dude, more like
So
let's
is
go
this-
shoot.
Is this only available on Steam?
No, it's actually also on Xbox One and Series
Just gonna
consoles,
ignore this asshole.
and it's also on PS4 and PS5, and it is crossplay as well.
Are the
Which is-
betas also available on all platforms?
Yep. It's only in beta
Interesting.
right
Okay.
now, and it's
Okay,
all
sick.
crossplay. So I have it downloaded on my Xbox, and I have it on PC. It runs really smooth on PC, like really, really good. Like it looks amazing. Definitely recommend playing on PC, because on the PS5 and Series they have a cap of 60 frames per second, but on PC I'm playing at 120, and it's like I just built my computer and started doing all this stuff like a few months ago, and this is like one of the smoothest shooters I've ever played, on PC so far. So I really recommend it. It's a lot of fun. I was just looking at my Steam, and this weekend I put in almost 15 hours on it.
I gave you a flex alert in the chat.
I know. Yeah, that's all right. Better than all your jokes that you've been pulling off.
Yeah, that's fair.
But,
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
And you know what? Horizon Forbidden West is coming out in spring of 2022.
Like Ocean Shrine, we're like, let's do crime. Am I right?
Ocean Shrine. Let's like watch Ernell cry, or whine. I don't know. I'm over it already. I'm only gonna do it once.
Do you have any more thoughts on Splitgate, Devin?
It's worth a try if you're willing to wait through the queues. I definitely think the game is good enough to do that. I've been playing with a ton of friends, actually. Pretty much what I do is while I wait in queue, I just play Avengers. You know what I'm saying? And then when my queue's up, I go back in. So I think that's why I only have like 4 hours in Avengers and 15 hours in Splitgate.
Fair enough. Well, I'm actually doing the opposite of what Devin did, because I did not have enough. Oh, I got real.
What'd you do, man? Oh, there it is.
Real blurry. That was weird.
Okay.
I did not get a lot of time to play games this weekend, so I'm actually going to talk about 2 different things that I watched instead of played. So we got a good even balance this weekend, guys. You know what I mean? Like Ernell, more like. Anyways, okay, so I finished season 1 of Daredevil, and I am now I am taking thank you. I am taking Devin's advice, actually both you guys' advice, and watching the show's seasons in release order. So I am now at the end of season 1 of Jessica Jones. And I think the next one is season 2 of Daredevil, if I remember correctly on the list that I was looking at.
So.
Yes.
And then it's Luke Cage, and then it's Iron Fist.
And then season.
No.
Yeah.
Then it's Defenders, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
then it's season 2 of Jessica.
Defenders was
Hold on.
at the end when they did all
Shut
three.
the fuck up. I have the confirmed list right here. It is Daredevil season 1, Jessica Jones season 1, Daredevil season 2, Luke Cage season 1, Iron Fist season 1, and then The Defenders, and then The Punisher.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like Luke Cage, more like
Sweet Christmas.
Anyways, I am fucking in love with these shows so far. God damn it, guys. Like, god damn it. You know what I mean? I definitely like Daredevil more than I like Jessica Jones, for sure. Like, for sure. I feel like in Jessica Jones, I like every character in this show except for Jessica Jones. Like, I really do not like her character, like, at all. Like, and
you're not
she's
the only one who feels that way.
She's obnoxious to me, and like in the ways that are just like very just unnecessarily. Like, and I know that comes down to writing. I'm not playing the actress, obviously, but I just there's just something about her character that I just don't like. Like, she comes off as like condescending in all the worst ways, and then the times that she's not condescending, she's just being self-deprecating on the low key because she just fucking feels sorry for herself. It's just obnoxious. It's obnoxious. Luke Cage is fucking lit though. Luke Cage is tight in this fucking show. Love him. Like, yeah, it's just all the characters around Jessica Jones I really, really genuinely enjoy. And then sometimes I do enjoy Jessica Jones. So I just hit the episode. Spoilers alert for listeners at home if you have not watched
5-year-long
Jessica
show.
Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's still I like at least give the warning. Jump ahead like 30 seconds from now if you're a listener or viewer. I just hit the episode where Jessica Jones goes to her childhood home after the Purple Man bought
Kilgrave.
her house. Yeah, Kilgrave. Yeah. So I'm there. I'm almost to the end of the season 1. So that's really, really, really exciting. And that's kind of like what I've been burning through over the fucking weekend. Is that like I've just been burning through that all week. I've been trying to get as far in as I possibly can because I'm caught up. So I guess in my end, I guess the other thing I'll talk about is how much I genuinely fucking enjoyed Daredevil season 1. Yeah. Holy shit, boys. Holy shit, boys.
So good.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can you see why I want him to be in the MCU so bad? Because he is just a true Daredevil.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in the most purest form. Like, he was meant to play that role. Like, the same thing as Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Like, he just is that role. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I think, I don't know if I could necessarily say that I can, like, say that's as spot on as Robert Downey Jr. because he sort of just, like, formulated Tony Stark to be Robert Downey Jr. and so he was just able to act the character. I think my thing with Cox playing as Murdoch is like Daredevil isn't very like as specific of a type of character as Iron Man is, that they were able to basically throw Cox in to say like, do what you think feels right. And he was like, okay, cool. So he did what felt right, and that just worked. It fucking worked for us. I don't know if I'd say he was made for it. I just think he knew what the fuck he was doing. And that's arguably even better. I think that's arguably even better because that means he was able to like do a little bit of studying, think about it, and be like, yeah, this is what Matt Murdock should fucking be from now on. His suit, fucking dope. Holy shit, that suit is fucking sick looking. Oh my god. Like, so and good. Now the big thing I want to talk about too before we move on to our last segment here, guys, how in the fuck is Kingpin this fucking good? That guy from Full Metal Jacket and The Cell and all these just wonderful movies coming in and playing as fucking Wilson Fisk is easily one of the arguably the best part of these entire shows so far. Like, he nails it as fucking Kingpin. I cannot believe it. Go on, Devin. I see you ready to jump in.
He is confirmed one of the antagonists of the Hawkeye series as well.
Is he confirmed? Because I think I was reading something just like the other day that was saying that like they haven't confirmed it, but they are also saying that there's just no way that they can find another person to play Kingpin. So it's like it might as well be confirmed is what I was sort of reading, which makes sense because honestly, like, who else would they fucking get to play Wilson Fisk at this point? Because he did such a fucking outstanding job playing fucking Kingpin in this damn show. I couldn't believe it. Honestly, I didn't think.
Comicbookmovie.com, Hawkeye will reportedly feature the return of Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk.
What's their source though? Because Comic Book Movie is not a completely reliable source.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Well, I don't want to spend
going
it.
Yeah.
If you find it, you find it. Just let me know. Slack it to me when you find it. Anyways, dope. I'm super excited to get further into these shows. I'm really fucking doped up on it. It's thank you, boys, for convincing me to go watch this shit because I am just genuinely just over the moon about it. Go ahead, Garrick.
Now, one thing I would like to say, I feel like this is very important for all of the Marvel Netflix TV shows. The season 1 villains are the best villains in all of those shows.
Fair enough.
Kilgrave, Cottonmouth, and Kingpin, like, they're the best. Like this, like the second season, like, villains, they're good, but they don't hit the bar. So just those first seasons of all 3 of those shows definitely smack the hardest.
Yeah. But Daredevil season 2 is still really good.
No, they're all still so good.
Yeah, like Daredevil is definitely the highlight of the Defenders series. I would say the Defenders show was pretty good because it was nice seeing another like team up, of some like nice like not as known like Marvel heroes. You know what I'm saying? Right, I mean, they're all pretty much anti-heroes. Let's be real, they really are. And when you have Punisher on your team, you're all anti-heroes at that point. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, is Daredevil an anti-hero? Technically,
I mean, yes and no. Yes and no. Like he gets really, really violent. Like really violent. Like he's kind of in that gray area. You know what I mean? I mean, he's not as anti-hero, but he's like very gray area hero. I mean, it's all for the right reasons, but it's the way he does it.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean, he doesn't kill anybody though. Still. Like purposely, at least. Like purposely, at least. Like, but at the same time, the same argument could be made for Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, is he an anti-hero?
Like, he's actually very similar to a Batman, especially like later on as he grows into Daredevil. They haven't really showed it, but like in the comics at least, like Daredevil, very swinging around building to building type of deal. Even though he does end up doing that, but that's because he's parkour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's sort of like the big thing that connects both of them, that neither of them have parents. We're gonna go ahead and move into our third segment here. This is going to be the big talk of the night, guys. We're gonna do this for a good half an hour here, the last half an hour of the show. We are talking about the Green Knight. As per usual, we are starting completely spoiler-free for the first 10 minutes of this. Not going to give any spoilers whatsoever. We're just going to kind of give our general thoughts and feelings on the movie, general criticisms, like how we felt about the writing, the mechanics, what do we like about it the most, all that good stuff as far as general thoughts. And then for the last 20 of the show, we'll get into full spoiler territory, and we will let you guys know when we're transitioning for you listeners and viewers at home, so that you know when to cut this episode off, go see the movie, come back and listen to the rest when you're done. So, with that said, The Green Knight, released July 30th, 2021, directed by David Lowery, with a runtime of 2 hours and 5 minutes, a budget of $15 million, and a box office of $6 million domestically. They've almost entirely made up for the 15 mil overseas already. So far, it is technically a success of a fucking movie, which is absolutely fucking rad. Fun facts for you guys at home. In an amusing subversion, Dev Patel plays a traditionally white Gawain. While his acting talents are in no doubt, David Lowery has admitted that Patel wasn't on his initial casting list until he saw him in a Zegna fashion spread looking suave and regal. That's in quotes. Meaning the casting absolutely was based on appearance, which is rad because, let's be real, Dev Patel in this movie is the most kingly looking motherfucker. When it shows like the stuff at the end of the movie and like flashbacks and shit, oh, beautiful ass king looking motherfucker. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
The idea
Spoiler.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said like things that happen at the end of the movie. I didn't go any deeper into that. The idea for adapting the Green Knight came to David Lowery while he was setting up a diorama of Willow action figures in the backyard. I mean, like, sure. Yeah. I mean, just green light bulbs just popping up to you, you know, while you're playing with.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
That's one way to find inspiration.
Right. Sometimes it do be like that. It was scheduled to have its world premiere at the South by Southwest Film Festival on March 16th, 2020, followed by a theatrical release on May 29th. Then, the COVID-19 pandemic broke out, theaters were shut, the festival was canceled, and the film was pulled from the schedule, then rescheduled to July 30th, 2021. The film's planned UK release on August 6, 2021 was pulled due to a surge in COVID cases the preceding July. Holy shit. Yeah, just like all the other movies too, right? The version that would have premiered at South by Southwest 2020 would have been shorter than the final 2021 version, which was re-edited significantly during the pandemic due to David Lowery being unsatisfied with that version.
Sounds like a blessing.
Yeah, I know, right? Garrick, what did you think of the Green Knight?
I'm actually really divisive about this movie. Like, really divisive. Because there were some moments in the theater, and I'll talk about, like, the particular portions of the movie later. I'll just, like, can we fucking wrap this up? Like, dude, I was just like, the pacing wasn't doing it for me in just some spots, and I was just like, all right, let's move to that next portion, dude. Like, I wanted to see where the story was going, and it was so super kind of frustrating because when the story hit, I was just like, this might be some of the best goddamn story writing I've ever seen in a film ever. But I'm just like, the pacing just felt so inconsistent in some portions, and I'm just like, bro, was this very long and particularly in no order scenic shot that flips upside down necessary? I think not.
Yeah.
But but dude, just the overall tone of the film was just so good. It really was. It had this great tone, and it really kept that same tone all the way from start to finish, and it excelled in those areas, and Dev Patel's performance was so powerful. He did such a good job, and it was just, considering he was basically solo for like a good portion of that film, it just made the character interactions that much more palpable and intimate, and that solo screen time, like, you really got to feel Gawain's character and like what he was going through. And so I don't know, I've got some mixed feelings about it, but like there was a lot going on. There's a lot that I was really frustrated with, and a lot that I like just adored.
For sure. Devin, what were your general thoughts on the Green Knight?
To reiterate on the tone was fantastic. We talked a little bit about it earlier. I love the traditional medieval like costume design that they had, like a lot. Like they kept it very, very true to like historical accurate clothing and like armor and stuff like that, which was really cool. Now I did get sleepy a couple times, but again, it's a pacing thing, you know what I'm saying? But overall, I enjoyed the movie. There was definitely some questions I have, like a lot of questions, and it was kind of a mind twister a little bit, because it definitely didn't explain what it was doing sometimes, and you just had to kind of like figure it out, you know. So if you watch this movie, definitely pay attention to it. Overall, the can we talk about like all the accents and how good they were, actually, for the most part, from all the characters within that movie? I thought they were pretty good. it kind of had like a deep European, like kind of thick, but it was good. Other than that, it's so hard for me to get into this without spoilers. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some parts. Ernell and I, we saw it together, and there was some parts where we definitely kind of looked at each other and we're like, "Oh, whoa," you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's fair.
But I really liked how they went about the film. I really like how they hid like key points of what it means to be what he's trying to become. You know what I'm saying? And I like the stages that they went out through it. And I really feel for the character itself, like what he was trying to do with the way that he was living.
Did you say field? Field felt.
Yeah.
I failed. I fails.
Okay, Mr. Guy, with you tonight.
Brevin the dude, we're like, I can't fucking talk to you.
Dude, I can't. It's called Vizzy, and I'm still drinking it.
I got a Moscow Mule and a Taco Bell cup, y'all. It's lit.
No wonder you're acting like such a freaking dude tonight.
Hey, you know what? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Continue, Devin. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, no. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. There are some things that I wish were kind of approached in a more fantastical direction, but that's just my own preference. That doesn't at all take away from the movie. It's I just wanted to see more of that stuff because it's just cool. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm really excited to see what A24 does here moving forward. It'd be cool to see if they take on some more folklore and make some movies like this. You know, like I'd be really interested to see.
Lamb. That is like Scandinavian folklore, I guess. Like,
yeah. You know, I just want to see them go in more on it. They kind of did it a little bit with Midsummer with the cult.
Yeah,
that they worked with.
Yeah.
You think that, but not everybody does. Yeah, it's okay.
I know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean. You like
a majority of people didn't like. It's fine. I can't actually say that. I don't actually know if a majority of people didn't like it or not. I hope that they don't.
I'm interested now.
Yeah, go look at that consumer score on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see if that's below 50. You can eat my ass. All right, that's
okay. Because to be fair, I'm pretty sure the Green Knight got very doo-doo like user reviews.
Yeah, it's like
Rotten Tomatoes, but very good like critical. But it's like 90 critically.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. What's Midsommar?
You know what it got?
What's Midsommar?
It got 83% on the tomato meter and 63 audience.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That sounds right.
Fuck Midsommar. Anyways, Devin, any last thoughts?
If you like movies that kind of have like a back and forth, like kind of scenario, like a conflict with a character, like a character having like an internal conflict with themselves, trying to figure themselves out, and if you also like an old school English Camelot fantasy setting, and you're not going to fall asleep in a movie, and you like eerie ambiance and, you know, kind of slow pacing, watch this movie. But with that being said, it almost sounds like a negative thing, but it's not a negative thing because it is the feel of the movie, if that makes any sense. Like, it wants you to kind of sit there and just kind of be like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it has that feel. And it's an A24 ass movie.
That's for sure. Garrick, did you raise your hand to hop in, or were you just saying that's me? Okay.
Just with like, if you like the movie Pan's Labyrinth, you will love The Green Knight.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for finishing that up for me.
I don't know if I agree with that. Now, here's why. Okay, I have reasons. Okay, so
all right.
I do genuinely think that this is an incredible movie. It is an outstanding fucking movie. It's a wonderful movie. Like, everything about it is beautiful. The costume design, the settings, the environments in it, the just massive set pieces, the way they handle cinematography, the way they handle lighting, the way they handle mood, the way they handle tension. Everything about it is fucking rad. It is a good fucking movie. I just have a weird fucking thing about how A24 specifically handles some things in their movies. And when I say this, I more so mean the 75 seconds of straight silence with a slow pan zoom on a character with an eerie underneath it, as it's just slowly like,
yeah, dude, I agree.
That's their style. That's their style.
I really do.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah,
but
when they do it like 10 times in one movie, you're just like, all right.
no, it's not even just 10 times. It's a good 45 minutes of this fucking movie has no dialogue. No fucking dialogue. And a majority a majority of it is the middle 45 minutes of the movie. So it's like, that's why, just like Devin said, I had 3 times during this movie I almost fell asleep. Not because the movie's bad. Not because... I'll come to you in just a second, Devin. Not because the movie's bad. Not because it was boring or anything like that. But because it just felt like I was listening to ASMR videos. Like, it just, like, I'm sitting here, like, waiting for something to happen, and this beautiful display is up on the screen in front of me, and I'm like, wow, this is really beautiful. My tummy's full, it's kind of hot in here, I'm really sweaty right now, right? Like, and it's just this beautiful fucking scene with just a nice low buzz underneath it, zooming in to Dev Patel's fucking face, and I just feel myself rocking to fucking sleep. After an hour and a half of this fucking movie we just experienced, I could feel it. Yes, DeMarc Davis and Chow, what's happening, baby? Green Knight, yes, that's what we're talking about here. I genuinely enjoy this movie. I do. It is a good movie. I just wish that they would have handled it different than they do with all of their other A24 movies, because this is not just The Green Knight. This is every A24 movie they do that in. This one specifically does it just as much as they do in Midsommar, and I fucking hate Midsommar. So it's like,
I like Midsommar, and one thing I want to iterate on that. I feel like, yes, this movie has dialogue, but I feel like it's more of a visual piece. You know what I'm saying? It
is, and I guess that's kind of my point. It's like I'm not taking it. So for you, DeMarc Davis, yes, we think you should see this movie, because I'm not shitting on this movie whatsoever. I'm not. It is a fantastic fucking movie. I just personally, in my own personal taste, would have enjoyed it more. This movie would be a 10 out of 10 for me if they would have handled a couple of things differently. And that is not relying on symbolism to tell the story and giving us substance with a little bit more dialogue. That is the only issue that I have with this fucking movie, because I should not be sitting here asking myself, what the fuck is happening right now? Not because nobody's explained it, but because nothing is being said. Nothing is being said. So we have massive set piece moments that are beautiful, visually fucking stunning, and it's just, and I'm like, wow, this is great. This is beautiful, and I'd really enjoy if I knew why this was happening. And I would know why this is happening if someone would just fucking say why it's happening.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that said, I'm sorry, DeMarc Davis, if you came in here hoping for entirely spoiler free, you came in a little bit late. I apologize, because we are now going to go into full spoilers. I want to real quick before we transition though, Garrick, should people see this movie?
Yes, it's definitely worth at least one watch. Like it's a fantastical film. If you like Arthurian legends or historical pieces or high fantasy films, like it's got a little bit for everybody. You should at least worth your time one time through, guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. Devin, should people watch this movie?
Absolutely. It like I said, is a visual piece. It was great to see. I liked it. I mean, granted, it was slow at parts. I really liked a lot of it, and it really made me wonder. Like, I was kind of with it being as slow as it was at times. I was really kind of like, what is going to happen next. What is the next folklore story we're going to get? You know what I mean? And seeing the way that progressed was really cool. Also, I'll get into more of it. Yes, people should see this movie. Absolutely.
For sure, for sure. I definitely agree. People should see this movie. It is artistically beautiful in every way imaginable, because its artistic value is up there with movies like Inception. With like just grand scale fucking movies. Like this movie's up there with those as far as being visually stunning in every single way. The camera work, cinematography, the backdrops, all of it wonderful. Lamb is probably the next folkloric story from A24. Yeah. They show a trailer for Lamb in the Green Knight. Yeah, we are stoked to see that. Anyways, full spoilers. We got about 15-20 more minutes, guys. Who wants to start?
Can I just talk about the one shock value moment that wasn't a gory scene that I, for the first time ever in an A24 movie?
Pause real quick, though. Listeners, viewers, get the fuck out. We love you. Watch the movie. Watch Green Knight. Yeah. Come back. Listen to this. And then we're good. We love you guys. Okay?
But fly, you fools.
This is not fly. Oh, you fools. Go to the movie right now. Okay? Thank you, DeMarc.
This episode will be here when you get back.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This episode will be on podcast services. After
Adcast.
Adcast. The accent. DeMarc, thank you. Go see this movie. We hope you enjoy it. Come back. Listen to this. You go Friday? All right, sick. The episode will be up on Friday. It'll be tight. Devin. Full spoilers, guys. Get the fuck out. We love you. Devin, go.
All right. So, again, I just want to start this off. I just have to get the elephant out of the room, because usually A24 has a stylistic approach where they have a shock value moment that is a gory scene. Hereditary, spoilers. Child's head gets decapitated from a telephone pole.
More than that too.
yeah. Like just like that was the shock value moment. The very first one that makes you go, whoa. Yeah. Lighthouse, fucking. He fucks a fucking mermaid.
The giant mermaid. I don't want to go into every spoiler for a 24 movie. Yeah, let's not go there.
But just we touched on Midsummer. That movie gets gory, and when it does, it's out of nowhere almost. Which I know that's why you hate that movie, but I'm here
that's
for the
not
gore.
why. That's just one of the many reasons why. Fuck that movie.
That's fine. That's fine. In this movie, it was literally just it was cum in his hand on a fucking 50-foot screen. Like, I don't remember ever seeing that
just straight
in a movie
straight
like
jizz
that.
Hand.
Yeah, just like, dude. Like when that happened, I literally out loud just went, "Whoa!"
I fucking lost it, dude. I'm sitting next to Devin, and it showed that close-up shot of his little jizzy cloth hand, and Devin was like, "Whoa!" He started dying next to
the only one in the theater, and I looked around. I was just like I just got caught watching porn or something. I was like, oh fuck.
Like, I know. It's just that was the one part that was like the shock value over everything else. Like the Green Knight getting decapitated wasn't shock value. I was like, oh yeah, all time in video games.
Yeah. Whatever.
Have you guys ever seen a lightsaber? Anyways,
right. Yeah.
But this movie really wasn't that gory, and I'm so used to A24 films being very, very focused on like a thriller aspect and like a horror aspect. Like we saw it with The Witch, we saw it with Hereditary. Like their movies go off the fucking wall. Not saying that this movie didn't in any aspect, because there was some cool witchcraft shit in this, like the way that they did that and like showed the ritual and how like when you seeing that happen, you're like, oh, this looks like some real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I wish it expanded on that fantastical element just a little bit more than it did. Like, it almost felt like it was a little too grounded for what that story was.
Xander, you can't say I really want to see this movie and then being here for our spoilers section. Okay? If you don't want spoilers, get the fuck out. I love you. Get the fuck out. We're in spoiler mode.
Yeah.
I gotta find a little like thing that I can put on the screen that's a spoiler mode right now or something.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I love spoilers.
Yeah.
You're the best, Xander. All right, cool.
All right.
Cool.
Xander, also I have Splitgate open.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm playing the Ascent after this, so you have
hell yeah.
Anyways though.
Yeah. But yeah, the fox too. The little fox companion hit me right in my little heart because I got Amos, who's my little gray fox. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really I enjoyed the movie a lot. I just wish it went to some more fantastical elements, and I'll get more on some spoilers here in a second. But I want to hear what you guys have to say besides my whoa.
Garrick, do you want to start? Or do you want me to?
You go ahead. Take her away.
So, a lot of my issue that I have with this movie kind of just falls down to how much they rely on symbolism, right? And to tell their story. Not that they do symbolism just for the sake of symbolism, like low-key, themes and things like that. Like, they are legitimately telling the story through symbols, through things that are happening in the movie. Like, for example, the fox, right? Devin mentions the fox. The fox is supposed to be a symbol of Gawain. It's supposed to be Gawain in like an animalistic form. That's the idea that they're fucking portraying there. And that's why he spends the entire time trying to knock the fox away, and then he finally invites the fox in and then chases the fox away when the fox tries to tell him, like, there's the different way you can go about this. You can just leave right now. And he's trying to battle himself when it comes to the fox as far as like his fears and the things he's worried about. The big thing that I want to talk about is how beautifully well done this movie was in comparison to the original folktale that it's based off of. Because, like, I was talking to Devin about this on the phone earlier today and kind of, like, ranting a little bit about it. But this is based off the old poem, Gawain and the Green Knight. And it's supposed to talk about the 5 tenets of chivalry, specifically for knights and what that means. And this entire movie is about him being tested in all 5 tenets of chivalry. And he fails every single test the entire movie until the very, very fucking end. And I like my issue with that is that they utilize that in such a way that is not directly explaining these things as they're happening, which is extremely clever, but it also makes it extremely boring during moments that there's no talking, because they're just relying on showing something weird happening to get onto the fact that he's learning as he's going. He's learning his fuck ups as he's like stumbling across this fucking journey to actually figure out what the fuck chivalry is. Between everything, like the girl in the cabin, the ghost at the cabin, right, who he has to dive into the lake for. Instead of explaining, like, because that was supposed to be one of the tenets of not like expecting things in return, because she says, if you go get my head, I would really appreciate that. And says, well, if I go get it, what do I get in return? And she flat out says, why would you ask me that? And so he's like, oh, fine. And so he goes and dives in, right? And they do that with every single thing. And that's kind of the big thing that they rely on, is just kind of like the little tiny moments to explain what the story is, and then it's left up to us to formulate everything. And that is both a wonderful thing and just a really fucking boring thing to me. Like it's like simultaneously. And that's why I can't like knock this movie at all, because I get why they did that. It made for a very interesting watch throughout the course of the movie. I don't know. Can we talk about how hot Lara Croft is in this movie? Can we talk about that really quick? Because she looking fine in both versions of her in this. And also, come to find out, Magneto is married to her. I didn't fucking know that. Michael Fassbender is married to this fucking woman. Yeah, Estelle.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, right? Bravo. Michael Fassbender, good for you, my dude.
I love Michael Fassbender. He's great.
Yeah, I know. And jokes on him, Dev Patel got a hand job from her. Anyways, my favorite part of this movie was the last 15 minutes. when he sees the Green Knight and he waits a day, all that stuff happens. They have their conversation. The Green Knight's now actually characterized completely, in the flashback montage. Everything in the last 15 minutes of this movie were so fucking cool. So fucking cool. And I wish that is how they would have done the symbolism in the movie, where there was still dialogue, there was still stuff happening, and the montage was just purposefully silent because there was things happening within the montage to continue having little pieces of dialogue and still be telling a story. And that's like really my only real caveat of the entire thing. Is I just wish the last 15 minutes of the movie would have been the entire movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't know. I give this movie a 9 out of 10, honestly. This movie is like, honestly,
that's
one of the best movies we've had in the past couple of years, to be completely honest.
I'd agree with that. I was going to go with an 8 out of 10. That's mainly just because of my selfish desire for a little bit more of fantastical events to happen. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But don't let that take away from that at all, because it really is a good movie.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I feel like I could give it a 9 out of 10, but I know we were talking about saying it's worth seeing at least once, but I kind of want to watch it again. I want to dissect it a little bit more and analyze it and see if there's anything I missed, any subtle moments, because A24 is one of those studios where they do put those subtle things in. Like, I've rewatched Hereditary a few times, and there are so many little things that you can miss easily with just spirits in the background, orbs floating around, just the differences, and like you'll see like little objects move on tables and stuff that they don't point out. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that. So I really feel like it's worth it. I would definitely, I'll say 8.5. I'll meet you right in the middle. Definitely there.
Garrick, I don't want to take away time from you, so go ahead, speak on this movie. What do you want to talk about, King?
I mean, I'll start with my favorite scene, which was this was actually the moment where I felt the most drawn into the film, and it was probably one of the most fantastical moments as well. And it's when he entered the valley and the giants showed up.
Yeah.
And dude, when the fox intervened, when the giant almost fucking murked the shit out of him, and that weird almost siren head sort of moment that went on there, I was just goosebumps. That was so cool. Like, in the way that they chose to use real people and just kind of animate them up a little bit, and rather than make them like full CGI giants, it gave it like this grounded. They're like, if giants, you kind of got like this feeling that like if giants existed, this kind of would be on point. Like, this is like, you might get a feel for it.
Real quick, I just want to bring up, I didn't put it in the notes because I think I forgot about it when I did this, but I saw like a brief like behind the scene like talk thing explaining that during that scene with the giants, they had a bunch of naked women running around like wandering around a room, and they were talking about how funny it was because he just had like 10 naked women just wandering, stumbling around a room, and they were like telling them where to look like in the room. And so they were just saying that it was really funny like to produce that scene. So
I bet you artistically that was kind of weird. Like, I'm glad we saw the version of it that we see, because like, boy, is movie magic something special.
Yeah.
But like
continue
dude, I think the thing that frustrated me the most about this film was like, if you don't have like, everybody knows, the Knights of the Round Table and King Arthur. It is a very like, it's a household thing at this point. Everybody knows about that legend. Gawain and the Green Knight is a much smaller story within that Arthurian like folklore.
Yep.
And I was just a wee bit peeved about the fact that there's like, I just feel like there's just too much assumed knowledge of what that folklore is beforehand, that like your super casual average moviegoer would be really frustrated with this film. Because like, if they were just going to like, because they thought they were going to see like a Knights and Dragons sort of action flick, from the trailer they do kind of like, they do make it seem a little bit more fantastical up front and less artistic. Like it's just you don't go into it expecting kind of what you got out of that trailer, and so like I can see that there'd be like a little bit of betrayal there as a viewer. You're just like, all right, you're like, this is a much slower film than I initially thought I was going to see based off of the trailer they fed to us. Thankfully, they didn't do so much with the trailer where they're like, they shoved all the good parts into the trailer. There's much more storytelling going on there that keeps you going in. But like, it's just those interlude moments in between the acts that they chose to do that really bothered me the most. I just feel like there could have been, and I'm not a film director or a producer. I don't know what that answer would have been. For sure. But that Shakespearean approach they took, like with giving the film almost like acts and chapters, I don't know, like it made some of the transitions to films feel really forced to me, and I was just like, all right, now I have to like wait another 5 to 10 minutes to get into like for the next act of this film to get into full swing. And so there was a lot of transition time between those 5 tenets that he gets to like endure, and those 5 tenets, there's a lot of guessing and there's a lot of pick apart. But, like, it's so engaging, you're just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I want to watch enough.
That is literally.
To find out.
Yeah, literally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where I was.
But it's just those weird dead spots, like, where they transition in between those acts and those tenets that, like, I had a really hard time with. Like, just before he got to the Green Chapel at the end of the film, and they were at the house, like, they were at the castle, dude, they almost lost me completely there. I won't lie. Like, that was the toughest part.
Like when he was leaving
to
go, like right before he left and met the man of the home.
Yes, like from there, like up until he basically like dipped out. Like I really struggled with that portion of the film. Like I didn't feel like there was enough visual information to keep me engaged, and there wasn't quite enough dialogue information to keep me like wanting to go. And that was like that part of the film where I was just like, fuck, I really just want you to get to the Green Chapel because I really want to see how your story resolves. Like I get it, because at that point in the film, like we've clearly seen that he's fucked up a great deal along the way. But like it just like that delayed satisfaction was really frustrating for me personally. But the redeeming quality is when, like, you see that he's just like, no, I can't do this. I cannot do this. And just, like, bails.
And you're just like, fuck, dude.
I was like, what are the repercussions of this going to be? And then, like, it snaps back, and he was just like, now I'm ready. And I was just like, let's
fucking go, right?
Let's go.
Dude, I could feel...
that was the resolution I needed.
I could feel me and Devin, like, that entire last 10 minutes of the movie, me and Devin were on the edge of our seats. And it's funny because for the prior 20 minutes before that, I could tell every time that me and Devin almost fell asleep. Because it was like during those moments you're talking about that, like, the silence is like 45 seconds long when it could have been 20 seconds and still had the same impact, that I could feel it just dragging. And me and Devin just like, like during these parts.
I very, very verbally would sigh a few times. I just say,
dude, I could hear it, and it got to the point where I had to pull my red vines out and start snacking on them with Devin to keep us awake. I had to pull out red vines for us to eat in order for us to stay awake. And then it hit those last 10 minutes, and holy fucking shit, dude. Yeah, big agree.
Yeah, man. That the payout's well worth the 2-hour watch. It's just like, just don't go into this movie expecting it to feel like a 2-hour movie. It kind of feels like a 4-hour movie.
It does.
Yeah.
It feels very long, but like the parts that draw you into the story are just so intense and so intimate and so visually stunning that it almost apologizes for those gaps for the rest of the
right? Oh my god, yeah.
We know this was kind of rough. Thanks for sitting while we got to where we needed to go. Here's this visual treat for you for the next 25 minutes before we give you another portion to wait.
The next 25 minutes.
During this whole movie, I couldn't help but think about how to correct his actions and the way he should have done things every single step of the way.
Oh, I
from
think
the
that's
very
intentional.
beginning.
Yeah, I think that was
know,
intentional.
like obviously, and it impacted me that way. On what you were saying about people expecting it to be more fantastical, I am one of those people, but it didn't ruin the movie for me. I just expected that from the trailer because they made it seem a little bit more grand. Like, dude, there was no actual sword play really in this movie.
No, hardly any at all. If any, technically.
No, there was none.
Yeah.
If you think about it, besides the swing of an axe and a swing of a sword. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Here's what I'm going to say, if I may. Imagine if this movie was any worse than it is. Imagine how pissed people would be about this movie. Yeah. If it was at all any worse than it is in its state right now, right? If it was a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 rather than an 8 or a 9, how pissed people would be about going in and seeing this and getting what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's very much just riding on the fact that it is just a well-made movie. Period. Point blank. And I can't fault it for that. Like, as much as I would like to, I can't, in my right mind, take points away from this movie for doing that. Like, continue, Devin. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's definitely all that. I agree with that 100%. My big takeaway, though, after seeing this movie, is I need some more fantastical out there movies that isn't just, the Lord of the Rings TV series we're about to get. Although I'm very excited about that, I want to see some stuff, and I can't stop I'm stuck on this need and want lately, and I've been thinking about this a lot. How wonderful would it be to have like a never-ending story remake or a continuation of that world and universe? You know what I mean?
I think they'd fuck it up.
I know, that's why, but if it was done right, though, I'm not saying somebody can,
for sure.
That world would be awesome. And for some reason, I've been wanting that after seeing The Green Knight. You know what I mean?
I highly recommend going back and rewatching Game of Thrones, because I feel like a big part of why I appreciated this movie so much is because I've been watching Game of Thrones with Aaron, and there's 3 Game of Thrones characters in this movie.
Yeah. And I'll be fair.
Outside of that, though, I guess my point was like there's some pretty similar, not similar. There's some similarities here between like how they handle things in The Green Knight versus how they handle things in Game of Thrones. When we talk about things like shock factor, things like symbolism, things like moodiness, and so on and so forth. Obviously, Game of Thrones is a little bit more high action, actually a bit more high action than The Green Knight is, but I think that'd probably help you a little bit. Get some of that taste off your tongue.
Yeah, I honestly think I might just wait for Lord of the Rings, because
I'm with you though, Devin. Like seeing The Green Knight, it kind of awakened that yearning. I'm just like, I need some high fantasy shit. Yeah. Like, I don't know exactly what I want, just something like, dude, give me a not trash Dragonheart sort of movie, and
or not trash Dragonheart. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Or more on the cusp, like especially relevant to the Camelot. Like, I want a Merlin story, dude. Like a young Merlin.
A Merlin story?
That's besides the point. I want a good theatrical Merlin story, not a King Arthur
BBC show.
Well, did you see the Merlin we got in this movie, in The Green Knight?
Yeah,
the Merlin we got in this is fucking dope looking, with the runes. He looks hard, with the runes on his face and shit. I was like, yo,
all over his arms.
Yeah, dude, I was like, Merlin going hard out here, dog. Like, holy shit!
Give me a Merlin movie. I want a fantastical Merlin movie that's not grounded but is dark with that dark theme, and I want to see how he became what he is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I want it to be high fantasy. I want there to be creatures, armies. You know what I mean? Because Merlin was a very pivotal character at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I want
to see that explored.
I want Merlin played by Danny Trejo. Just tattooed from head to toe. And just like a total fucking badass wizard. I want Merlin with a shotgun. That's what I want. Just kicking doors down, just chewing bubblegum and kicking ass, and he's all out of bubblegum. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, boys?
Yeah.
That's how
Devin, with you wanting that Merlin show, I would just like to low-key slide a recommendation in there. If you want more of that Arthurian legend stuff, check out Cursed. It's about the Lady of the Lake.
Okay. Actually, I you just reminded me. I was thinking about this earlier when one of you were talking about like movies, that it could be relatable to. When you mentioned Pan's Labyrinth, I started thinking about it a little bit deeper. You want to know what it kind of reminded me of? Is the not necessarily the setting or anything or the theme, but the way that the movie progressed was Lady in the Water. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, just like it's like it has like the same kind of like point to point the way the movie progressed. Yeah,
and it kind of reminded me of that, like pacing wise. So if anybody's still watching and you've seen Lady in the Water and you are watching because you don't care about spoilers, I'm looking at you, Xander. It kind of has a similar pacing in the event to event scale of the movie, like moment to moment, not necessarily the theme at all or the source material, but it's got that kind of pacing.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And it's going to be dope to see what more high fantasy stories that we end up fucking getting in the near future. I hope that it comes out before Lord of the Rings next fucking fall. Not this upcoming fall, next fucking fall. I hope we get some pretty good high fantasy stories from then. But until we do, this has been the Good Kraken Podcast, the show for nerdy, marginalized people, giving you the video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 1 p.m. right here on twitch.tv/GoodKrakenShow. If you enjoyed the show, you can support us by subscribing below, going to our YouTube channel by clicking the link in the About section of our Twitch channel and clicking that bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. But until next time, my friends, be good to each other.